G'day and welcome to Cool Cars here on GiltrapTV for 2021. All set for a big year, some awesome new releases coming up over the year. We'll have all the latest drives, looks and news right here and of course on GiltrapTV.com. In this episode, McLaren, it has arrived, the latest Le Mans tribute. We look back at the New Zealand Grand Prix, the countdown is on for the Golf 8 and a new GTI, yes, and a stack of cool cars and great deals. First up, McLaren Auckland welcomed a very special car to the showroom this week, the latest Le Mans tribute, the 720S LM. In honour of the 25th anniversary of the F1's victory on debut at the 24 Hours of Le Mans, we managed to grab the first look at what's one of only 50 editions worldwide. Now, I've done some research. There's just two colours. There's McLaren orange,
McLaren
of course,
orange, yep.
And this colour here.
So they're done to mimic the 95 winning F1 GTR, right? So, and this Uena grey is the colour of the car that obviously won the race. So there was only one choice for us. It had to be grey.
I geeked it out. So South Grey, which is named after the circuit, the 24 Hours, and this colour here is exactly the same as the car that won Le Mans. With the wonders of TV, we can actually see that car winning right now. Look at that. Right, let's talk about some things I've done with this car. Let's start with the wheels, Luke, because those Oz-style wheels, 5-spoke,
they look good, don't they? So it's the nostalgia. It's the, it brings you back to 95. It's an iconic wheel design, the 5-spoke. I love it on a modern day supercar. I think it just looks terrific.
This week, Giltrap Volkswagen have a cool cars special on this 2020 V6 Touareg, super low Ks and a great price. Giltrap Sayed have put together this great Arona deal along with fleet partners. And at Aston Martin Auckland, the 2020 DB11 V8. Yes, I'll confess to having a soft spot for V8 powered Astons. I couldn't wait to drive it. Okay, open road. Even before you start to push this V8 to hear it bark, to hear it roar, you straight away notice that weight reduction over the front end. There is true agility here. And there's a reason for that. I promise you no more math, but basically the lighter engine meant the weight distribution changed from slightly front bias to slightly rear. Now that meant that the engineers could fettle the suspension, so they've softened up the front end and stiffened up the rear. In simple terms, it's like going from wearing work boots to running shoes. Just going to wind the windows down. I really want to hear this V8. We know the V12 sounds incredible, but listen to this. Well, this week the motorsport world's Grand Prix year got underway as it always does in New Zealand. Yes, the first Grand Prix of the year, the first ever at Hampton Downs 2, the 66th running of the NZGP. Now, due to COVID, it meant we didn't have the international drivers. So we were treated instead to a superstar grid of Kiwis, including Bathurst winners Shane van Gisbergen and Greg Murphy, former GP winners Daniel Gaunt, and 79-year-old Kenny Smith. It is 50th New Zealand Grand Prix. And of course, some rising stars like Carrera Cup bound Matthew Payne.
But Matthew Payne at 131.7, he's faster. 131.5 from Shane van Gisbergen. The man is flying and he needs to.
Now what we saw was nothing short of incredible as Shane van Gisbergen drove from pit lane dead last to win, capping off a clean sweep for the weekend.
And the crowd roars here at Hampton Downs as their hero Shane van Gisbergen takes the lead. Stars in cars, Grand Prix Sunday has been given the greatest footnote, and the New Zealand fans know it. They've watched his career in Australia. They've not had a chance to clap him home, but now they do. And the 97 will finally take his turn of winning the Grand Prix of New Zealand. Shane van Gisbergen is the champion of champions. Shane van Gisbergen. And it's donuts all round for the Hampton crowd.
The most naturally gifted driver on the planet. I'm sure I'm not the only one with that opinion. Stunning, stunning effort. Hey, speaking of stunning, some more cars from this week's Cool Cars, and Lexus of Auckland City had the LC500, all new, limited stock. Check it out at Lexus of Auckland City. Giltrap North Shore have this 2013 Commodore SSV W310 wagon, 310 as in 310 kilowatts. And Bentley Auckland, it's summertime, a 2018 Continental GTC. Now, as I mentioned earlier, we're set to welcome some incredible new cars to New Zealand this year, to our showrooms, including a new Range Rover Vogue. Also coming our way, the Lamborghini Huracan STO, look at that thing. The new Skoda Octavia, yes, with an RS, the Jaguar F-Pace, the Cupra Formentor and Leon, new Nissan Navara, and the Volvo XC40 plug-in hybrid, and an Audi e-tron GT. And one of the cars I'm most excited about, the new Golf 8, which means a new GTI is on its way to Giltrap Volkswagen. For 45 years, this car has set the standard in its class, and it remains that perfect blend of, well, herbs and spices. Here is Top Gear's first drive.
It's not a night and day different driving experience to the Mark 7 GTI, but it does feel a little bit tauter, a little bit more agile. The suspension is stiffer, especially at the rear, which is designed to give the car a bit more playful attitude in the corners, a bit more adjustability on the throttle. Yeah, I'm enjoying this. There's a strange thing happening to my face. I think I'm having fun. GTIs are the 911s of the hot hatch world. They don't need to make any great leaps forward every 5 years. They just subtly evolve and polish up their act until it's bloody hard to choose anything else.
And the first Golf 8 is now just a few weeks away from arriving at Giltrap Volkswagen. And that's us for the first episode of Cool Cars here on GiltrapTV for 2021. Enjoy the cool cars, and if you do get to, enjoy the long weekend. Bye for now.